So, hi guys, welcome to the new lecture. The new lecture is about cytogenetic techniques. Cytogenetic techniques are mainly the techniques that we use in molecular biology for various purposes. Okay, so one by one, we are going to see the major techniques that they have been asking you or testing you in your exam, and then we will learn about the main MCQs and the basic understanding of all the techniques. Fine, and that will sum it up. See, if we see it, it is a very long topic, but then we have to concise it so that it fits for your exam. Fine. So if you find anything else apart from what I teach, you can just add to your notes. If there is some question, one or two might be there. Okay. So when we begin with cytogenetic techniques, just remember what is the basic thing. The basic thing is normally we have what we understand, that there is a DNA. From DNA, RNA is formed. RNA forms protein. This is fine. And this protein will go and do its function. So ultimately what has happened, that there were genes, okay, and the genes formed the protein, and the protein has done a action. Okay. So normally when this state is followed, that gene is there which is making proteins and protein does its action. This is known as the gene on state, or the gene active state. Active state, you understand? On, like when I switch on the fan rotates. Okay, so it is like gene on. When the gene is on, the function will be done. Fine. Now let's say there is some situation in which this protein is not made. If the protein is not made, function will not be done. So let's say the protein is not made, the function will not be done. That will be a gene off situation. Gene off situation. Okay, as soon as I switch off the button, the fan stops rotating. Gene off state means the gene is inactive. Gene is inactive. And let's say this DNA gets corrupt. Let's say this is a cancer DNA, cancer cell DNA. This will change into cancer cell RNA, cancer cell protein, and the cancer cell will then cause various disruptive functions. So in this situation, I want this gene to be inactive. So I will try and not let the protein formation take place. So what is the easiest step? See, easiest step to stop the protein formation. Protein is forming from where? It is forming from RNA. So what will be the easiest step? The easiest step will be RNA. The easiest step to stop the protein formation will be RNA. See, DNA is protected. DNA is a protected thing. So you cannot touch DNA easily. And here on this step, once the protein is formed, then what can you do? You can do nothing. So best step is this RNA, that you attack the RNA. So if I ask you, the easiest step to stop the protein production is at the level of mRNA. mRNA. Fine. Now, stopping the protein production means what? That is gene inactivation. So once you are doing the procedure of gene inactivation, this is known as RNA interference, that you are interfering with the mRNA, or this is known as the silencing technique, or this they will ask you, this is known as the gene knockdown. You have punched the gene and knocked it down. Remember that gene knockdown technique. So they will ask you, in gene knockdown technique, you are doing what? You are doing two things. One is RNA interference and other is silencing. See, I've told you that these two terms are similar, but they are used interchangeably, but there is a slight difference in these two also, remember. the main thing that you have to remember, in RNA interference, there is a RNA which you inhibit your main mRNA by miRNA. miRNA. So main RNA, the mRNA, is inhibited by miRNA. Here in silencing technique, remember that gene is present. Gene is present. Gene is present means protein will be formed. Protein formation is there. But protein functioning is not there. Okay. Why I am telling you this? Because there is a similar wording, that is gene knockout technique. In gene knockout technique, what is the main thing? In gene knockout technique, in gene knockout technique, you delete the gene only. Gene is deleted. Gene is absent. Okay. Remember, in gene knockdown technique, gene is present, but the functioning of protein is not taking place. Okay. Okay. In gene knockout technique, the gene is deleted. Fine. Remember, do not confuse this, because if you confuse this, you will lose out on marks. It is only one word difference. Here it is gene knockdown. Here it is gene knockout. Gene knockout. You remember like this, that you have thrown out the gene. Gene has been thrown out. Thrown out means deleted. That is absent. Gene knockdown. You punch the gene and the gene has fallen in the ring only. So gene is present. Protein will be also formed. Okay. It will not be a functional protein. So protein function is not there. Fine. Fine. So in gene knockdown, I told you that we use miRNA. Now let's understand. See, miRNA miRNA is what? It is microRNA. It is synthesized from DNA by RNA polymerase. So remember this, DNA forms miRNA. Enzyme used is RNA polymerase. Remember that this miRNA, it can only bind to 3' end of mRNA. Only bind to 3' end of mRNA. Whereas there is another RNA, which is siRNA. Short interference RNA, siRNA. Okay. This is small interfering RNA. Or you can remember this as silencing RNA. Silencing RNA. We read two techniques. One is RNA interference, which is by miRNA. Silencing technique, which is by siRNA. Okay, siRNA. Remember. So this small interfering RNA, remember that this is not formed from DNA. It is not formed from DNA. It is synthesized from RNA itself. The cytoplasmic RNA. The cytoplasmic RNA. Remember this. Okay. Then the another difference is that miRNA, it can only bind to 3' end. This can bind to anywhere. Bind anywhere on target mRNA. This one, miRNA, it can bind only to 3' end, whereas siRNA, it can bind anywhere on the target RNA. Remembering this, these are the basic things that they can test you upon. Very, very, very basic things.